Hello, Oldies and Goodies here. Just wanted to say hi. Another video or attribute to my video collection that I'm making for all you fine people. It's to do with equipment. Equipment I've used, equipment I've had in the past, which, was a blast. And still is if I get back out metal detecting. But this kind of gives you an idea where I come from and my success of using equipment. Hopefully it helps you out. So we're gonna go here and and give you a video, and then I'm going to talk after the video if you all want to hang out. But this is what I have on hand.
Hello, this is my collection of metal detecting paraphernalia. Anyways, we'll go over a few things and then we'll have a sit down and chit chat. Right here, the 1982 model coin computer, 8500 series. One of the first coin computers, supposedly. It all depends on the circuit board. But they called it a coin computer. You can see it's upside down. Hang out the wall. I've done a lot of repair work. I got a switch there that's I replaced. And that's the style handle they used to use. That thing must have weighed 10 pounds when you put the 14 batteries in it. All I got with it right now is all the contacts are either broken, missing, or damaged to hook up all 14 batteries, which is an AB side. There's the discrimination and regular all metals. Still works. I've had the computer board tested as far as, circuitry and everything seems to be okay. It's a matter of getting the batteries back in. It's been quite a big project. Well, I'd probably have it done by now if I just work on it. And getting over to a 1989 model, which I was working up to about 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, before when I bought my AT Pro. Started messing up started going erratic with the coils. I'm thinking it's a loose ground wire or a broken connection. Just have to take it apart. I took it apart once. So I went through and replaced the handle to get fuzzy. I don't know why it's getting fuzzy, but we'll deal with it. But I changed the handle that used to look like the one I just showed you, the 8500, to a Radio Shack that I got at a yard sale, stripped it apart and made a better, easier handle to carry it with. And of course I had to replace the switch. Something about switches on machines, they don't hold up to, yeah. Now this is a Technetics, also Bounty Hunter Pro 2. This is the last year that Technetics owned the company before First Texas bought them out. And you see it's got all these extra dials and all that you don't, you don't see because you could, the machines today are all push button computer type. These were all done by switches. And then, anyways, First Texas bought out the patents from Technetics, which also owned Bounty Hunter, and they made Fisher products. So after '89, they got a heck of a good deal on product, technology, because those were and still love my go-to machines if I ever get them running again. Loops. There's one up here that went to my turbo. I've had multiple Technetics when I was younger and making good money and didn't care about cost. I would buy a detector every year that they came out with. And the biggest loop back in the day was a 10-inch loop, round 10-inch loop. Now I went to my ST, which was my underwater pulse detection machine. That was a $1,200 machine back in '84 that I bought. I turned that into the company to have it repaired. And of course, during the takeover of Technetics from First Texas, they lost the machine. They couldn't find it, so I never got it back. And that day is my sister's machine. I keep it in storage here during the winter, and whenever she wants to use it, she comes and grabs it. But it's a white. It's like the second series of go-to. The second series, I don't know how you would say it, but it's a white entry level machine. That's what I'm thinking of, which is cool. There's my go-to machine today. It's a Garrett AT Pro. I bought that 3 years ago. I went out all the year 2016 and had a blast with it. It's a great machine. Still have a lot to learn. And yeah, I got a little crazy with loops. But I'm telling you, loops make the difference as well as knowledge. That there is a tornado coil. It's a 15-inch loop. This is the standard stock coil, which is 11.5 loop, 11.5 inch. And then they had a lot of hype about the 5x8 with the AT Gold and how well it did, so I had to have one. I bought that one, and I realized I really wanted something more of a pinpointer. But I've done targets with this 14 inches deep. A pocket watch, actually, and a couple other objects, 14 inches deep. So it's got the depth. You gotta go a lot slower, and the idea of having a snake with a smaller coil is to get through the iron, to get to the good targets and all. Especially if you're in hunting house sites and all. And then you got this huge, they call it the big, which is another nail coil. And it's a 17-inch loop, 17.5-inch loop. Very nice double D configuration, and it does go deep. Let me tell you. Anyways, let's come back out a little bit, make it look good. Give you an idea of where we're going. All right, we're gonna go over the tools. Tools of the trade. Oh no, let's do the headphones first. Right here is a Technetics, which is out of European countries. A wireless headset that I use for my AT Pro. They're only like $99. Cheap, or I should say affordable, and they work really good. And it's not that bad as far as delay. Everybody's hyping up the Garrett wireless and all that, and everybody's doing the wireless thing. I've had that since I bought the machine. I paid for it. And then, of course, you got the Garrett underwater headset. So, of course, I can't use that underwater. And I don't think I'm ever going to do any diving, but you don't want to ruin the machine. So, you can put those headsets on, which is like, it hurts your ears, and you can't hear nothing around you. And then you have a headset, which is the old large style plug-in. But there's an adapter where it goes to the newer machine like this weights using the small 1/4" adapter. Also another note on the Garrett AT Pro, I also bought the lithium-ion battery, which is a power pack, and it's good pretty much a week or more with me because I don't go out, more than a couple hours a day or so. But I could use it for 20, 30 hours without having to recharge the battery. Talk about saving on double weight or 4 double weight batteries. Yeah, just imagine that machine there is at least 10 pounds when you put the batteries in it. Actually, that one only takes 4 9-volt batteries, and that one up there takes 14 AA batteries. You tell me, see where I'm going with it. And the Garrett AT Pro only takes 4 AA batteries, which is equivalent to that for time, equivalent to that for time. And yeah, the circuitry smaller, less power usage. But yeah, the lithium ion, it was worth the $89 or $99 I paid for it. If I can get out and use it. This is what I was going to do today, except for the pouring rain and everything else. There's another tool of the trade. It's the Garrett Carrot. And what I do is the old phones, the phone wire, or go to your handset, the old handset type. It's pretty damn strong. And I want to use that as a lanyard and then hook the carabiner to it. Okay, so you don't lose it. And of course, like I said, it's the telephone cable, which is really stretchy and all that. So it's a pretty cool tool or design. Now, tool of the trade. Here's one that I keep in the vehicle. Actually, this one is not the one, but it's a grass chopper. You want a sickle type deal or whatever, you want to cut the grass down a little bit. You got spurs, just to break it down so you can actually melody cut in that area. And let me tell you, it's a lot of work. We're taking, I got a rake sitting at one side, I got a shovel at another side, a hard rake at another side. And it takes a while out of you to clean up an area to go find something valuable. But in the end, sometimes it's well worth it. A little hand pickaxe, which is cool because, you can use a clever's tool if you're doing gold, blah, blah, blah. It's, it's not a very expensive one, but it does the job if you want to get into like driveways and stuff like that. I carry that in the vehicle. I don't go far from the vehicle as far as my feet don't allow me, my body doesn't allow me to go 5 miles into the woods to locate a property. If it ain't on a four-wheeler, it ain't happening. Just saying. Well, you got the bowie knife. Let me pull it out. Give you an idea what it feels like. Yeah, everybody. It was $10 at Walmart. They're not expensive knives, but I haven't had a problem with it as far as breaking or bending. It's real thick, it's stainless, and it's got the brass ends on it, so those are actually brass. Now I think the brass is worth more than life is. Just kidding, but maybe not. And then you gotta have a digger. Handheld. This is something that I got from Kellyco. When I bought the AG Pro, I got a whole bunch of stupid gadgets, I guess they call them gadgets, but they're useful items. And I changed the handle out because the plastic grip kept coming apart or sliding off. So I added a different tool, and then I sharpened it all off and all that. It's one of the gator tools that they have that they give away. And it's done me good. you can always go to Walmart and buy one of the Fiskars. Real life time, if you save the receipt, whatever, and you break the Fiskars digging trowel, what do you want to call it, they'll replace it for free. Might take you a few months, but they'll replace it. Hand gloves. Gotta have hand gloves, especially if you're doing bottle digging or even digging. You know, you get those bottle caps, they still got glass on them, they do cut you. There's something, little bottle, just a little bit of water, don't need much. Especially if you don't find a lot of silver. Pennies, you know, you don't want to use it on pennies, copper, to clean the water up. And then, camera for the YouTube age. That's one I took the other, oh, no, this is a different one. But I got two cameras, and they're both like 12 years old. And they don't autofocus. You can barely, you know, see the image of a coin for sure. And, yeah, that'll be one of my other projects. Okay, if you're going out in the woods, or even during the season, you need to have mosquito repellent, for sure, and that doesn't stop them, trust me, they keep coming at you, but it helps. Or you either have to smoke cigarettes like I do, light them up to keep the, you know, the smoke going to keep the bugs away, or even a cigar like Charlie at Stealth Diggers does. That's why they probably smoke a lot of cigars. Just kidding, but. And then, excuse me, this right here, an Altoids can. I use them to roll my cigarettes, and they hold them the king size very well. They hold 19 of them for people that smoke and roll them. But you gotta have one of these. Oops. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's got 300 magnet and an 80-pound magnet inside. And I use it for metal detecting in ground. When you get to home sites and all that, and you get a good signal, you dig the target, you're going to find thousands of nails within your target. And the quickest way to clean it up, instead of pinpointing every single damn nail with a pinpointer to get to the good target, this will suck them right out of the ground. And yes, I plan on doing some magnet fishing, but I'm probably going to get a 1,000-pound magnet for that. But if it's in the case, it's easy to get off, maybe not on the knife, but on nails, they're a little easier. All right. Nails are a little easier because they're already, what do you call it, rusting away, so they're easy to get off the thing. So, yeah, miss anything? Oh, yeah, those are my coin books that I have of my collections. Not a big deal. I'm a collector, and then I get a penny or two or something to fill my hole in my book. I'm happy. I'm not looking at stacking, so that's what it is. Oh, and then the other tool is a shovel. This isn't the actual shovel I do use. I do use it sometimes, but this is a real short, not even, kneecap size shovel. So it's more for bending over and digging. There's a logo from Half Dollar Make You Holler. I cut out the bottom piece, but it's a snacks and ball. But I like the idea that it said happy hunting and the beautiful walking liberty in it. And then I use that Listerine bottle for scrap nails and stuff like that, small items that are junk, which is attached right to my machine. So let's go Oh, a couple more items is this here is a pouches that you can buy at Walmart for under $10, give or take, about $8, $9 a piece, and they live them in the ammo section. This is for carry ammo and stuff like that in the woods, which, you know, depending on how much you spend for buying a pouch from Garrett or Mine Lab and all that, it's actually pretty affordable to have them. And then you use a belt to go around your plastic whip. I use 2 pouches. I carry a wire brush with me. This is a brass one for the copper and all that, if I find any. The other thing I don't recommend, I recommend but I don't recommend, is a carry bag for your detector. As you can see, it holds a detector in there. And the problem with that is you don't realize you're doing it. And I've broken a couple switches. As you can see, I got a couple switches broken. Because it was in the bag, or because I laid stuff on top of it, blah, 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 stupidity, or it just got damaged by mistake. But to make a long story short, they're good during the summertime. If you're keeping them in the car, it'll keep the sun off the machine, which is what you don't want. Other than that, I don't suggest any carry case for a detector except for leaving it together, and that's for cleaning purposes. Leave the machine alone and do not take it apart. You know, you got salt water, you're doing beaches and all that. Yeah, you got to clean. You got to take it apart, clean it. The problem with taking apart machines or taking apart equipment, eventually they wear out or they get broken. Leave the computers about turning computers on and off. I learned a long time ago, leave the computer on. If it shuts down by itself, that's great. Otherwise, just leave it on, and mine is on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until I actually have to do a reboot or install stuff on the computer. Because after time, the button wears out. Turn it on and off, and eventually you can't turn the computer on or off. One more tool on the trade is knee pads. These aren't the ones that I like. They sell them.
Well, I'm sorry about that. The plague of videotaping. Batteries go dead. Anyways, yeah, knee pads really helps you out. The ones that I have there are cloth. The ones that I do like, which is at Home Depot or, as I was saying, Home Depot or whatever, are plastic covered knee pads, okay, padding, which doesn't, you don't soak up the water from the grass and all that to your kneecaps. Because, the whole idea is to keep yourself, keep your kneecaps dry and bending over. They're a little bit more expensive. I don't have a pair, so right now I'm just using that. I hope you enjoyed the video of what I have. That's pretty much all I have now. And I got 2 machines that don't work, that I can get working. Just got to take the time to do it. So right now I want to talk about, well, first of all, we'll go to the magnet thing. Yeah, that because it's on a solid piece of metal, That's 380-pound test. Neodyme magnets, and I'll show you when I open the case up. But yeah, it sucks the nails right out of the ground. It's a cool idea. And there's probably a few people that's tried it. It takes time, but if you're digging a hole and there's nails and little pieces of metal, pieces of iron, and with the target that you're trying to to dig out, it's a heck of a lot easier just to suck the iron out of it and eventually find the target that you're looking for. But as you see, they're not very big magnets. They fit right in the Altoids case. This one here is the 80-pound magnet. And of course, that's the 300-pound magnet. I have another 80-pound, but I lost it at one of the farm permissions that I'm working on. And I'll find it when I get back there. I haven't been back there since 2016. But yeah, yeah, it's got some strength. But with nails, with their corroding and everything else, it's not solid metal, so doesn't stick as hard to it. And being that it's in a case, it's kind of like an easy wipe off thing. You can wipe the nails right off of it. Getting to metal detectors that I have owned in the past, and I've been doing it since, okay, I'm not lying to you, around 1976 and up, whatever. Could have been 77, could have been 78. I was 10 or 11 years old, and this guy I know, I actually ended up working with him. We ended up treasure hunting together, metal detecting and treasure hunting. We used to go searching for treasure. Woo! There's a Loomis Gang treasure in northern New York, or eastern northern New York, and they're called the Loomis Gang. And we used to go and partake in a variety of trips to try to locate treasure, $10,000 in gold coins, safe, buried in the swamp. And they go back to the Jesse James gang and the outlaws back in the day, or were they outlaws? They were actually patriots in some case or another. But no, we never found any treasure. But as we went treasure hunting, we went metal detecting and knocking doors. Mostly bars that had ball fields, because back in the day, baseball and football and all that were, and it still is today, a big deal, just has become corporate. But, you start out somewhere, right? So you have to have a ball field. You have to have a training area. And a lot of bars held softball and baseball and all that. So we stop and ask permission at the bars if we could detect their property. And, we're talking 20s and 30s fields, ball fields. But anyways, his name was Bill. And I ended up working with him at Birdseye quite a few years. He passed away quite a few years ago. I was 10 years old. He was probably 40 years old. So I'm just saying he was up there in age. When I turned 18, 19, is when I really got into the hobby. But this long story short, the detectors I have owned, and you've seen what I have on the table. I started out with Sears White's GEVTR model, I remember Sears, White's put it out, so Sears sold it under their name, but it was still a White's machine. And it's a TR model, which is transmit receive, long before VLF, very low frequency machines, came out, which was my next machine. But as a kid starting out, that thing didn't go past half an inch, 1 inch, in the ground. But it would find coins. It was cool for a kid. It's kind of like a Radio Shack in the 70s and 80s. Oh, I found something. It was an inch deep. Yeah. Yeah, it worked. It was something. When I first started out into collecting coins, I did the coin roll hunting thing. Nothing against it. It's a great thing. Matter of fact, sometimes it's better just to coin roll hunt. You don't get those corroded pennies. And you still find stuff in the change today. Back then, the percentage of copper and wheat pennies were 80% to 20, When back in the 70s, I was still getting like 60% wheat, It's like, yeah. Just imagine if I would have just saved them. Right. Anyways, I went from a white Sears White's TR model to a White 6DB series, DB. I can't remember what it stood for, but great machine. Now, none of these tell you what they are, when you're digging the item. Doesn't give you an idea. It just gives you a meter. It tells you the strength of the object, and you have to figure it out for yourself. And hell, my first day of metal detecting, actually trying to metal detect with a detector, I spent 2 hours on a hole. Yeah, that's kind of redundant. 2 hours on one hole to locate one item. And it's true if you know the knowledge. When you're digging an iron object up and you get the signal and you pinpoint it, it's never in the center of the hole. It's off to the side. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that back in the day. No, we didn't have any education whatsoever. Just, hey, it beeps, dig it up. Well, it ended up being a big hole. And the object that I was digging up was a nail. And it took me 2 hours to find it. Come to find out it was on the side of my hole. And and granted, we didn't have pinpointers back in the day. Pinpointers. What the hell is that? Right. All back in the 70s and 80s, early 80s. Matter of fact, pinpointers didn't come out till like 84, 85. Kind of like CD players. There's no such thing as CD players till after 84. Of course, that's another subject. But anyways, you had to pinpoint your machine, the best accuracy you could, and locate the item. And being that it was iron and not a actual copper or high conductivity of metal, it would be off to the side of the hole. And I dug forever trying to find that thing. Yeah, I was what do you call it? Discouraged over my first time metal detecting and only finding a nail that took me 2 hours to find. Yeah, okay. So today's technology, you turn the machine on, you go, you don't really have to balance it. You do, but you can turn it on, go and find targets all day long and pinpoint it without a pinpointer a hell of a lot easier than you could back in the 70s and 80s. And then I moved up And I was a whites man for you know, at least 6 years. I was, you know, strung on whites. I went to from a 6 dB to a 5,000 series, which I think came out in like 78, 79. And oh my God, what happened? This technology is getting better and better. Oh, maybe I get maybe next year when another better machine comes out, I'll get another one. With the 5,000 Series 2 or DI Series 2 came out, and that was a wonderful machine. Found lots and lots of rings. I found lots and lots of rings over the years, but I lose track. I don't even keep track of them anymore. How many rings I found, given away, so whatever. And then the 6,000 series came out, and they came out with the Series 3, 6,000 Series 3 DI, and I had to have one of those. And that was closer to the coin computers today, finding the target, knowing what the identification of the coin was, or if it was a coin. Because you got to remember, even if it gives you a coin ID, you got multiple targets that it could be, right? So, yeah, boom. 1982, that 6,000 brought me for a couple years. 1982, I bought a brand new machine, brand new product out on the market. Kind of like when the Deus came out recently, you know, it's like Deus took over the market with it being a computer. Better technology, better programming. And now you've got the Equinox 800 or the 600. It's like, it's going to get better and better. And of course, coins are going to get rarer and rarer to find. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Sorry for the intermission. Okay, sorry for the intermission. Did everybody get popcorn? Hello? Hello? Come on. I'm back. Okay. Where was I? Oh, technology. Yeah, it's gotten better and better and better and harder to, you know, well, easy to find the stuff that has been missed over the years and a different mindset of how to find the targets. A lot of internet helps with locating sites and, you know, finding stuff. There's you're not going to run out of places to go. Just a matter of getting permission to go. So, anyways, in '82, I met up with this new breed of detectors. There's plenty of them. I practically except for Mine Lab and all the newer Noctos and all that stuff. I've used just about every machine. And it's not the machine that makes you, it's the knowledge and the mindset of using that machine and, you know, and learning curve to find the objects that you want, or, you know, whatever the machine will give you, or when you pass your coil over it. But I found a machine that could go deeper, ID targets better, whether it be by sound, whether it be by, you know, on the meter, on the scale, digitally. And I showed you the 8500. I showed you the Bounty Hunter Pro 2. I've also said I also had the Turbo, and also had the ST model. I've also had the limited model. And to go on to say that every one of these detectors I've ever owned has paid for itself through the fines that the detectors, and of course the host, dug up and found, covered all that. The Turbo was just a sidestep. I wanted a second machine, and the dealer that we had in Syracuse, which he's no longer with us either. A lot of people I know are no longer with us. But Jerry's Treasure Den in Solvay, New York, sold used equipment of people either turning equipment in or trading them in for newer machines. Kind of like the you go to the CS, you know, what do you call it? The coin shop, and there's a dish there full of foreign coins, and you go through and gorge and get whatever you want out of it for a cheap price. Well, I got the machine for like $80. I think it was $75 or $80, and it was a $200 machine. But because it was used, you know, you can't sell it for, you know, high price money. But as a trade in or whatever the guy did with turning it in, I ended up nabbing it. And the Turbo was made mainly for coin hunting. Coin hunting as in going out there and doing coin hunts with clubs and all that. And you go out there super speed and go for all the coins, mainly, you know, money. It wasn't made as a relic machine or a detector or whatever. It was made for specialty hunts of quickly finding coins and getting the hell out of there. That's why it was called the Turbo. Yeah, at least my understanding. But I went to a place in Rochester, a school, and I paid for that machine in one day, because that's what I was getting at. Every one of the machines I've ever owned, except for two right now, has paid for itself in the returns that I have found for that detector, or you know, for the purchase. I found a big, huge 10-carat class ring, I can't remember the date, but it was to the point where the guy, when I found the coin, would have been like 70, 80 years old, or the ring, 70, 80 years old. And there was really no sense of looking up to find out, you know, of course, here we go. Back in the day, my mindset was silver, gold, all mine, 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 mine. I wanted, I wasn't into collecting. I was into stacking and getting as much as I could out of everything. And then, of course, like I said, 1982, actually it's like 84. Yeah, 84 is when the silver price went up to as high as $70-something an ounce. Gold was only $300 to $500 an ounce. I cashed everything in that I had, except for some Morgans, some half dollars, walking liberties. But scrap silver, Doug silver, not scrap. Some of them were really in good shape. Sold it at spot price for $50 an ounce at the time. Got enough money. Oh yeah, I was set. I moved to Arizona looking for the Lost Dutchman's gold mine. Just kidding. But I did live in the foothills of the Superstition Mountains, Queen Creek, Arizona, next to Apache Junction. And that's where the Lost Dutchman's Mine Museum is. And no, I never did any metal detecting when I was there. I was there for a full year till I ran out of money after selling all my silver and gold. Just imagine if I still had it today, what I sold then, to make it to Arizona. That would be cool. Well, this video is getting very long. I'm pretty sure it's over 20 minutes, almost 30 minutes long. But I went from Technetics. Technetics sold out, or I should say, somebody laundered the money. They couldn't pay the rent for the warehouse. They ended up bankruptcy. First Texas took over. That owns Fisher, and they turned around and practically got the patents for free for Technetics and Bounty Hunter, and that's why they today sell Technetics, Bounty Hunter, and Fisher products. And their name is First Texas. They're still great machines. I see people using them all the time, Technetics. I don't see any difference in the way they work today as they did back in the day. As far as maybe a little bit better depth, a couple different, whatever. Anyways, which caused me to go to the Garrett after that. And of course, my son was born in '91, which you all know that he's passed away. But he was born in '91, and I kind of got out of detecting for a little while, quite a long while. But probably closer to 2000, year 2000, 98, 99. I decided to get back into metal detecting. I ended up buying a Garrett CX3 through Kellyco, 98, 99. And a CX3 is similar to one of the machines they have on there now. I don't know what the name is, but it was a great machine. And I use that to barter myself out of Alabama to get me to Tennessee for a job, and I ended up selling that. So I really never used it. I did use it, but I didn't really actually, gain anything metal detecting. And then I moved back to New York and blah, blah, y'all know the story. I have a Garrett AT Pro now. Now, everybody is jumping ship from the Garrett AT Pro. You don't hear much about the AT Goat anymore. You always hear about the Minelab CX3030 because they're still selling them. You don't hear much about the Minelab I can't think of the name of it. But like I said, they fade in, fade out. They made this Equinox, which is similar to the Deus, except it doesn't have the wireless, which I like. Deus with a wireless loop is way too much power and too much charging to use for more than, as far as I'm concerned, 8 hours. And then you got to charge it for 7 hours or more or less, whatever. So, Deus, on the other hand, I don't know. I've never owned the machine, and I was like, man, you know, Deus sounds like it would be a good machine. It's got all the noises that I like, and you know, locating and all, but it's a true computer program machine, just like the Equinox, a true program that you can change. Now, according to Deus, is all the programs that is created is free, and anything for the MindLab Equinox, you got to pay for that program. So I don't know if it's, you know, give or take, win-win situation. But Garrett, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Garrett. MindLab seems to, I guess, everybody's jumping ship from the AT-Max that just came out, dumping their machines and going to the Equinox 600 or the 800 because of all the hype. And that's what usually happens too, in any situation. I don't think it's the machine that makes and finds the objects you find. It's the person, the knowledge, and just having to swing over the target, whether it be depth-wise or not. You know, sometimes you get deeper depths. I found a mercury dime back in the 80s at 11 inches deep with a detector that only usually goes 6 to 8 inches deep at the top, or 4 inches. You know, I'm just saying, it's like you just happen to get lucky to hit it that deep. Well, it's not the machine. The machine does help if it's programmed and balanced correctly. Anyways, making a long story short, which I've already done. I'm probably going to throw a live stream up for questions and answers, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. But for now, this is my video I'm putting up for this week. It's been a week, 6 days, 7 days. Oh, if anybody's still here at the end without sleeping, I'm having a 500 subscriber appreciation giveaway. And apparently nobody's interested in it because I put it up a week ago, 7 days ago, I think. 7 days ago? No, I'm sorry, 14 days ago. And I haven't got any new subs. One here, one there, but it's gone right back to, I'm still lacking 20 to 21 subs to hit the 500 to give away the prizes that I have. I have changed the rules. Doesn't matter what country you live in, I will ship there except for the magazines on third place prize. If you are out of country, not the lower 48 states, then I will be replacing that with a 40% half dollar as a win, as a gift instead of the books. Because the magazines would cost me a fortune to send it overseas. I think I could handle that now. I got my first paycheck today, and every 2 weeks I get paid. But the way it's looking, it's been 14 days, and I haven't got any real new subscribers to get it up to 500 to do the giveaway. As I said in my other video, I'm not looking at moving up fast, but apparently nobody wants the giveaway. I thought it was a pretty good giveaway for being 500. This is my 12th video. Who's counting, right? Anyways, everybody have a good day. Happy hunting, and hope you have a better day than I have. I'm just sitting here throwing things together since I'm not out metal detecting. Adios. I'll talk to you guys in the streams.